Well, the holiday season tends to be jam-packed with time with loved ones, holiday lights, and joy, but it can also be a bit overwhelming. Dr. Holly McKenna with Dara Wellness joins us now to explain how we can support mental health during the holiday season. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been documented that there is actually, despite all the joy and fun that we're seeing on social media, there's actually a higher incidence of depression during this time of year.
Absolutely. So NAMI did a national study, and for those who have a predisposition, maybe already have an anxiety or depression, 64% of them report having a worsening of symptoms at this time of year. And it actually does make sense. Like, we've been talking about all the things that we're kind of feeling the pressure to do. Yeah. And a lot of it is that pressure. It's that stress that we're putting on ourselves, the stress we put on each other. But some of it is also the shortening of the days and maybe the loss and feeling grief if you have a loved one that's not around, or maybe you're not able to see your family and you're kind of seeing all the family focus right now. There's so many different factors that kind of come into play, but a lot of it is the kind of loss of boundaries and feeling like you have to do all the things. There's financial stress with that, there's personal stress, there's physical stress, and all of those things kind of add together and can make us more inclined to develop a depression or an anxiety or have worsening of those things.
Sure. What are some signs of, mental health struggles, of anxiety or depression this time of year? Because I think you look around and it's like everybody, even if they are feeling down, is trying to mask it. So how can you tell if a family member or even if yourself is having a hard time?
Yeah, so we do have what's called like a holiday depression, and that can be something that's lingering the entire season or is kind of fleeting, intermittent, happening here and there. I myself, after my family left for Thanksgiving, the next day kind of felt this like lull, right? And some of that is your body physically needs to recharge because you have been doing all the things. But then if it kind of goes beyond the like, I just need to rest and watch like all the Hallmark movies, to I'm finding myself crying more, I'm finding myself starting to feel hopeless, I'm starting to have thoughts of death, or like maybe I don't need to be here, maybe people don't appreciate me, maybe feeling overwhelmed that doesn't go away, or feeling on edge. Sleep changes, difficulty with sleep or staying in bed excessively, difficulty with appetite or changes in appetite. All those things are signs that there's something more going on, and it's time to reach out to a loved one and do maybe the opposite of what your brain is telling you to do, which is reach out for help.
Sure. So if you're having any of those symptoms or experiencing any of that, definitely reach out to a loved one or to a medical professional who might be able to steer you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
What are some things, if you do notice some of those less serious signs?
Right.
Obviously, if you're having thoughts of death, you need to reach out to a medical professional.
Of course.
But, if you're having some of those signs, like your appetite's changing a little bit, or you can't sleep because you're just scrolling Amazon looking for what to get the kids for Christmas.
I know nothing about that.
I know nothing about that. If you're having, some of those problems, what are some things you can do to help yourself?
Right. So in one of the therapies I've studied, we have what's called opposite action. And that is kind of taking pause and realizing, like, you know what, I'm starting to scroll for like 90 minutes, or I'm starting to get into that dark space in my head, and realizing it's your brain starting to kind of drive you in a negative direction. So doing the opposite of what your brain is telling you to do, like it's telling you to isolate, stay inside, stay under the covers. Get outside, get up, like Olivia said, go outside, enjoy the outdoors, and realize that's going to give you some energy. Reach out to a friend. It can be a text if you're not feeling quite up to talking. Just make yourself do something that's the opposite of what your brain is saying, and then the action can help your brain catch up. So that's one thing you can start doing.
Push yourself out of your comfort zone a little.
Out of the comfort zone. Another thing is the boundaries. Like we were talking about, families pulling us in 20 different directions. Sometimes you got to decide, like, what's my focus for the holiday? Is it going to be just my kids and Santa? Is it going to be just my loved one, just myself? Maybe it's just my time right now. And then make that your focus. It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. It's okay. Shelby, let's
Is it okay,
say
Holly?
it. No is a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence. Dr. Holly McKenna, she always has the best advice. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you